Welcome to Women at Halftime podcast, but not just for women, for you men too. If you're at mid-career or the halftime of life, our inspirational topics are not only fun, but also meant to help you maximize and write your next chapter. Right here with me, Deborah Johnson.
Well, hello, this is Deborah Johnson, and this is the first of 9 articles I will be releasing about the roundabout, getting out of your personal roundabout, getting stuck. And these are the first of 3 on position. And where are you? Starting the journey to your summit. Along the journey of life, we experience unexpected joys and sorrows. And at times, our route it's clear, it's smooth, and it's sunlit. But then, there are other times when our path is uncertain, it's muddy, and it's choked by briars. And sometimes we're moving forward in a positive direction, but then we either hit a plateau or we reach a roundabout and we get stuck, not knowing where or how to exit. And I know there are many out there in that position, circling. And we may find ourselves in frantic motion, but going nowhere fast. Or perhaps our today is very different from our yesterday, but we have no idea how we got here. But fortunately, with a few tools, insights, and a little guidance, we can deliberately choose the current steps that we take to climb closer to our desired destination tomorrow. While our endpoints may vary, we all aspire to be happy, healthy, content in our relationships, in our vocations, and in the legacies we will leave. And we seek connection and meaning as a part of actively living our best life. I mean, that's what most of us want. And I find immense satisfaction in helping others uncover their purpose and to move really toward their summits, especially if they've been stuck circling on a roundabout and seeking a new direction and a positive forward motion. Now, this is true for many people right now, being stuck. And if you're feeling stuck or in need of a little boost to propel you forward, or even one of your friends or colleagues, I have created a series of articles that may help you. And in these articles, and this is the first of them, I discuss position, perspective, and purpose as part of a journey of positive discovery. And I offer tools, suggestions, and stories to help you assess your starting point and to elevate your perspective and identify your purpose or even your purposes in life. So let's start. And in starting with position, which is first, position, perspective, purpose, here I will share insights on why assessing your current position in life is important. Now, my Halfers model, which is an assessment tool, you can use this to determine your current position, and I will go into more detail on that. And really why an honest evaluation of your current position is vital, and why it's important to approach this assessment with a forgiving and compassionate attitude toward yourself. That's very, very important. Now, in the subsequent 2 articles on position, I will share how you assess your current position, and I will put the links in the article, and you can get right there, and how you determine where you want to be from your point A to point B, and how to map out that path that connects from here to there. So make sure that you access all 3 of these articles on position. So let's begin. Why assessing your current position is important? Because it takes a little bit of work. Why should you even do this? Well, part of being human is knowing how to navigate complex directions from one place to another. And most practically, this entails us moving physically from location, point A, to location, point B. And as children, well, we learn to find our way to our elementary school classroom or to our friend's home down the street. That was our point A to point B. And as we matured, we employed our brains, our time, and our efforts to move from point A to point B. So in school, we received a writing assignment from our teacher at one specific time, point A. And some days later, we submitted our work at a time on point B if we weren't late. Now, in between, we progressed through steps of ideating a topic, conducting research, creating an outline, and writing the paper, and then reviewing our work. Those are at least the steps that we were taught to do. And in our adult lives, we create action plans every day to accomplish our work in managing projects. So we pair tasks and timelines to plan how to move efficiently and effectively from our current position at point A to project completion at point B. I've been through this many, many times in my life with projects. And in most things we do, we are in motion, going from where we are to where we want to be. Now, on our life's journey, knowing where we are, this is so important. Defining our current point A is the first step in planning and executing the process of how we will get to our destination, our point B. And we need to identify where we are to create that path most successfully to where we wish to go if we're going to develop really a life-changing plan. Okay, so here's how this Halfers model, HALFERS model, can help you identify your position. At the times when I've been most motivated to make changes in my life, well, I had a clear understanding that my current position was neither where I needed nor I wanted to be. Many of us find ourselves in that point A thinking, what's wrong? Well, now I take stock of where I am in relation to really where I wish to be on an ongoing basis. And I really strongly encourage you to create that same routine. Conducting a thoughtful and honest and a compassionate assessment of where you are today is a crucial part of getting onto that path of your desired position and onto your summit. So let's start with what determines your current position. And this is where this Halfers model comes in. I have been a teacher in some capacity for most of my adult life, and I really like to provide techniques to aid in memory, especially in the music field. I've had to use this tool quite a bit, including the mnemonic device that I'll share here. And it's one of the tools that may help you. In assessing my point A of where I'm at, the Halfers model assessment tool, it's the one I use most effectively. And this framework represents the 7 essential aspects of our lives that exert immense influence on how satisfied or even how unsatisfied that we feel. And they impact how successful we will be in achieving our personal goals. And here they are. I'm just going to list them here first, and I'll define them later. Health, attitude, learning, finances, employment, relationships, and spirituality. As we go through these, you'll notice that the first letter of each of these is spelled halfers, Halfers. And these halfers model the facets of these are not listed in any order of importance. For only you can decide how important each facet is in your life. So imagine that I ask you, how are things going in your life? How would you respond? Well, we're asked that a lot. How are you? And you perform a quick assessment and may respond, oh, well, pretty good, Deb. I'm fine, right? How often do we say that? Overall, you feel content. You're generally happy with your life, though there are times when you do feel tired and you feel a little down. Well, with your general comment, you've subconsciously scrolled through all of these facets and you've generated a quick conclusion. Something is weighing you down, but you really haven't figured out exactly what that pain point is and really how to address it, or even if you want to communicate it, right? But you've kind of gone through all of those areas just subconsciously. So can you conclusively identify what in your current situation is causing you that anxiety or your pain, or what aspects of your life you'd like to improve? Unless we identify that, how are you going to help yourself in that area? So employing this Halfers model, it can help. Exploring each of these aspects of your life individually can aid in determining the area to which some additional attention may minimize or even eliminate the anxiety or that dull ache questioning. It can help you determine which facet may need the most urgent attention. As a musician, this is where it's fun for me. I visualize the Halfers model, the facets of this, similar to the faders of the volume controls on a soundboard, a mixing board. A sound engineer takes the inputs of each singer and each instrument, and he combines these tracks and then shapes that overall sound by adjusting, even ever so slightly, the fader for each input to create an exquisite piece of music. And these producers, the good ones, they do an amazing job. Similarly, as the sound engineer of your life, but you can mix the inputs of the 7 essential facets of your life, and you can create a blend of these 7 inputs. And you can turn this one up at this point and turn this one down, and that's optimal for what you need at a certain time and what's best for you and for those that you love. And you define this. That's important. In my next article on position, we'll go into the specifics about each of the Halfers model facets. And I'll share how to use this framework to assess your current position, your point A. And this is a critical step in getting on the path to reaching your point B. Now, I want to make sure I emphasize why honesty and compassion are vital in assessing your current position A. Committing to improving our current situation. It's not easy. We can beat ourselves up. And we'll address and likely need to act on what we may have previously swept under the rug. And it requires full honesty with ourselves about past decisions, our choices, and even our mistakes. It requires us to accept that we're fallible. And no matter what image we wish to present to the world, we're human. In determining our point A, we examine each of these facets of our life. So you want to think of this soundboard with 7 fader slides labeled health, attitude, learning, finances, employment, relationships, and spirituality. And you want to ask yourself, for each facet, where am I now? With our full honesty in answering this question, we define our starting point for our journey to where we wish to be. Notice I said really our full honesty with ourselves. And being honest, it's not always easy, and it can even be discomforting and unpleasant, right? And when we're honest, we must commit to being equally forgiving of ourselves, to not develop a paralyzing mindset. Gentle, compassionate. Oh, we have all done things that we may not be proud of, right? The events or actions that we never shared, I have some, because our feelings of regret, shame, worry, embarrassment, about being judged by others. We may feel we wasted precious time, either with particular people or through actions that created some setbacks to climbing our summits. When we own up to past events that brought us to where we are today, we reclaim the power that our past has over us. We can create a new future, a lighter and a more optimistic future, through the process of acknowledging and accepting our missteps and forgiving ourselves, very important, and establishing new plans of ascent. While we can't change past events, we can change how we regard them. Just like trying to rewrite history. It's there. Let's learn from it. Lastly, and this is vital, we must be aware of the tone of our internal thoughts and with words that we speak as we look more closely at our current circumstances. We can be critical of ourselves in a way that's harmful and it's not constructive. Or we can choose to be honest with ourselves and to treat ourselves with understanding and compassion. When our inner voice criticizes, we must change or withdraw from that conversation. Focusing on our flaws and our mistakes, it can derail our ability to make positive changes. Focusing on our talents, our potential, and small victories, it moves us forward along our desired path from that point A to that point B. So conducting that honest and compassionate evaluation of our current position in life, well, that's an important first step on the journey to our summits. Looking at the 7 essential aspects of our lives individually, as encompassed in my Haffer's model, then we can gain a more granular understanding of where we are now at our point A in each specific facet. And this same model can be applied to help us determine where we wish to be in our point B. And I'm being so specific because this will really help if you are specific with this. And as mentioned, my next article on position, it will cover how to determine our point A. And just like a flight plan, knowing our point A, our current position, it is fundamental to us getting to our desired endpoint. Very, very important. Our point B, we could end up in an entirely different location if we don't determine that position correctly. And we've got to know our current position to determine the steps needed to navigate from our present situation to our intended destination. So please stay tuned for my upcoming articles and the videos and podcasts on position. I have 2 more on position that will share how you can determine your current position and your desired position and how to map out that path between the two. Thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you and being with you in article number 2.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.